Warriors Nation, buckle up, because what's brewing right now in the Bay Area could redefine the next chapter of Golden State basketball. The Warriors are once again making headlines across the league, and this time, it's not just about potential trades or young player development. It's about comeback energy, veteran hunger, and the relentless pursuit of one more championship, with Stephen Curry still leading the charge. Reports suggest that the Golden State Warriors are exploring a bold move to bring in Victor Oladipo, the two-time All-Star, former Indiana Pacers superstar, and one of the most determined comeback stories in modern basketball. This is Warriors Nation News, and today we're diving deep into why this move, pairing Oladipo with Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Al Horford, might just be the secret ingredient that reignites the Warriors' dynasty flame. The comeback story that could inspire a locker room. Victor Oladipo's name carries weight. At his peak, he was one of the most explosive two-way guards in the league, a player who could lock up opponents on defense, explode in transition, and drain shots in clutch moments. But his story since then has been one of resilience. 3 major knee injuries, countless hours of rehab, multiple team changes, and yet, Oladipo never quit. Now 33 years old, he's been quietly working his way back to form, not in the NBA spotlight, but overseas in the Chinese Basketball Association, where he's been absolutely dominating preseason action for the Guangzhou Lung Lions. In limited action, he's averaging 22 points, 4 assists, and 3.5 steals per game, shooting over 51% from the field. Those aren't just good numbers, they're vintage Oladipo numbers. For a team like the Warriors, looking to add one final spark of defensive intensity and veteran leadership to a roster full of high IQ veterans, this could be the perfect fit. Why the Warriors are looking at Oladipo? Golden State has one final open roster spot, and according to multiple league sources, Mike Dunleavy Jr. and the front office are exploring every avenue to make that spot count. The Warriors already have the shooting, they've got the leadership. What they've been missing, at times, especially in the past 2 seasons, is defensive pressure at the guard spot when Curry rests. With Oladipo, they could get exactly that. He's a defensive-minded combo guard who can play either backcourt position. His lateral quickness, anticipation, and ability to disrupt passing lanes to give the Warriors something they've missed since the days of Andre Iguodala and a prime Gary Payton II, a backcourt disruptor who can flip momentum with one play. Even if he's no longer the all-star version of himself, a healthy Oladipo at 70% of his old self is still better defensively than most guards in the league. And the beauty of this move is that it's low risk, high reward. The financial angle: smart, strategic, and low risk. This potential signing wouldn't require Golden State to make any massive financial commitments. In fact, the Warriors could bring Oladipo in on a veteran minimum contract, likely replacing a non-guaranteed player such as Gui Santos. That means no heavy luxury tax hit, no long-term financial burden, just an experienced veteran who's hungry, focused, and looking for redemption. It's exactly the kind of calculated gamble that has defined some of the best front office moves in Warriors history. Think about it. The team took chances on Gary Payton II, Otto Porter Jr., and even Shaun Livingston after devastating injuries, and those players became key contributors in title runs. Oladipo fits that mold perfectly. A proven professional, a high-character locker room presence, and a player with something to prove. What Oladipo brings on the floor? Let's talk fit, because in Steve Kerr's system, everything is about balance, movement, and trust. Oladipo isn't just a defensive piece. He's also a player who thrives in motion offenses. He's comfortable playing off the ball, cutting through lanes, setting screens, and catching defenders off guard with quick drives. His handle and vision could allow him to run second-unit possessions when Curry sits, taking some of the pressure off Brandon Podziemski and DeAnthony Melton. Imagine this lineup for a second: Oladipo, Butler, Horford, Melton, and Draymond Green. That's a defensive wall. Pure energy, switchability, and IQ. Offensively, you've got spacing from Horford, playmaking from Butler and Draymond, and slashing from Oladipo. That's nightmare fuel for opposing second units. And the thing is, Oladipo has always been more than just a role player. His career averages of 17 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 3.9 assists tell you he knows how to impact games in multiple ways. In 2017-18, He led the league in steals and averaged 23 points per game. He was the heartbeat of an Indiana Pacers team that took LeBron James's Cavaliers to 7 games. That version of Oladipo might not fully return, but flashes of it could be enough to elevate Golden State's bench from solid to elite. The perfect environment for a redemption arc. Let's be honest, if there's any place where Victor Oladipo can resurrect his NBA career, it's Golden State. The Warriors are known league-wide for their player development culture, their medical staff, and their ability to revive careers that seem lost. From Andrew Wiggins to JaVale McGee, the team has a proven track record of giving players the stability and structure they need to thrive again. Surrounded by winners like Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, Al Horford, and Draymond Green, Oladipo wouldn't have to carry a heavy scoring load. Instead, he could focus on what he does best: defending, facilitating, and bringing energy to every possession. And let's not overlook the mentorship aspect. Butler and Oladipo go way back, both cut from the same cloth, both grinders who earned everything through sheer willpower. Having those two in the same locker room would bring an edge that's been missing since the Warriors' last title run. The broader picture: a veteran squad with championship balance. Adding Oladipo would give the Warriors one of the most balanced rotations they've had in years. Let's break it down. Starting lineup: Stephen Curry, Brandon Podziemski, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Al Horford. Bench rotation: Oladipo, DeAnthony Melton, Seth Curry, Gary Payton II, Moses Moody. That's 10 deep, with shooting, defense, experience, and youth all blended together. Every player in that lineup brings something unique, and Steve Kerr would have endless combinations to adjust to any matchup. If Oladipo can stay healthy, this could be one of the most dangerous benches in the NBA. The Warriors would finally have that second unit spark that often separates good teams from great ones come playoff time. The Washington Wizards angle, the secondary rumor. Now, while the Oladipo story is inspiring, there's another rumor floating around, one that involves a potential trade with the Washington Wizards for sharpshooter Corey Kispert. According to multiple reports, the Warriors could consider trading Jonathan Kuminga for Kispert and a 2030 first-round pick that originally belonged to Golden State. On paper, this trade would free up salary space, bring back a proven three-point specialist, and give the front office more long-term flexibility. But make no mistake, this isn't a give-up on Kuminga move. It's a maximize the Curry window move. Kispert shot over 38% from three last season, thrives in motion offenses, and would fit like a glove next to Curry and Butler. The Warriors would regain control of their own future draft pick and create more breathing room under the luxury tax. However, even with that option on the table, the Oladipo signing feels more realistic and far less risky. It keeps the roster intact while adding proven experience, something every championship contender needs. Why this is a winning strategy? What the Warriors are doing this offseason is nothing short of masterful. They're walking the fine line between maintaining financial responsibility and loading up for one final title run with Curry at the helm. They didn't panic after the ups and downs of last season. They didn't blow up the roster or chase unrealistic trades. Instead, they've doubled down on chemistry, IQ, and veteran leadership, all while leaving the door open for low-risk, high-upside moves like Oladipo. And that's what makes this organization elite. They understand timing. They understand how to balance future assets with present opportunity. They've done it before, and they're setting the stage to do it again. The final word: the Bay's redemption season. If Victor Oladipo joins the Warriors, it won't just be another signing. It'll be a statement, a message that the Warriors aren't just chasing nostalgia. They're chasing glory with purpose. This would be the ultimate comeback story. A former All-Star rediscovering his rhythm in a championship environment, surrounded by veterans who know exactly what it takes to win. It's poetic, it's gritty, and it fits the identity of this new-look Golden State team perfectly. So here's the bottom line. The Warriors don't need to chase superstars. They need to chase fit, heart, and chemistry. Oladipo brings all three. Warriors Nation, I want to hear from you. Do you believe Victor Oladipo could be the missing piece that pushes this team back to the finals? Would you prefer the front office keep developing Kuminga or make a move for Kispert's shooting? Drop your takes in the comments, smash that like button if you believe this team is gearing up for one last title run, and make sure you're subscribed to Warriors Nation News for all the latest updates, trade rumors, and passionate coverage from the heart of Dub Nation. Because make no mistake, the dynasty isn't done. It's just getting smarter, tougher, and more determined. This is the redemption season for the Golden State Warriors, and every sign points to something special coming back to the Bay.